Have you ever noticed that some buyers want to negotiate before they've even decided whether they like the home?
Look, it's a great deal.
And then walk in immediately. What incentives do you have before they've even seen the floor plan or felt the space, before they've done anything to imagine themselves living there? Well, that's backwards. You don't negotiate on a car before you've decided which car you want to buy.
I remember this car. Beautiful car.
But somehow in new home sales, we've accepted this behavior as normal. Today on the 5-Minute Sales Training, I want to talk about why this happens, why salespeople fall into this trap, and how to redirect the conversation back where it belongs. Welcome everyone, Jeff Shore here. Welcome back to the 5-Minute Sales Training. If you're new here, we sure appreciate you subscribing, and give this video a like. It just take a second, just click, that's it, just click right now. Thank you. Today we're talking about one of the most common mistakes in sales. It's letting the conversation be about the deal instead of the purchase decision.
That's what I was thinking about.
Well, what's happening there? Let's dissect. Buyers are conditioned to shop for deals. We know that. We're trained by Amazon and Costco and Black Friday and car dealers announcing huge summer sales, and every retailer on the planet looking to go deal first. Get the discount, find the promotion, compare the prices. But homes don't work like that. It's not like we're buying a television here. A home is not a commodity. It's a lifestyle decision. It's an emotional decision. It's a life improvement decision. And yet we've allowed the conversation to become about savings instead of suitability. And this is where salespeople get into trouble. When a buyer asks, what incentives do you have? The salesperson immediately starts talking about $20,000 off here and closing costs covered there and rate buy downs and free upgrades. And now the entire conversation is about price. And once the conversation becomes about price, it's very difficult to move that conversation back to what really matters. And what really matters is value. You've already trained the buyer's brain to think about numbers instead of thinking about experience.
You got that right.
So what's the first question that should actually matter? It's not, how much can I save? The first question should be, do I love this home? Can that buyer see themselves there? Can they picture Christmas morning in the kitchen? Can they imagine the dog running through the backyard? Can they see themselves entertaining friends on that patio? Can they imagine coming home after a difficult day and being hit with a feeling of a sense of peace? That's where the conversation needs to start. And here's what I want you to understand about the emotional reality of a home purchase. You don't drive home to your $25,000 incentive. You drive home to your home. You don't sit on your back patio and admire your closing cost contribution. You sit on your back patio and you enjoy your life. You don't raise your family in a discount. You raise your family in a home. Those are the things that matter. The deal is short term. Living in the home is the long term, and that's what we want to keep our customer focused on. So what should we do when buyers ask about incentives right out of the gate? Well, we can't avoid the question. We don't want to be evasive, but we do want to redirect them. So I could say, that's a great question, but it really depends. We're going to talk about the terms, but first let's determine whether this is even the right home for you. That's a clean, consultative transition. You're honoring their question while steering toward the important conversation. It might be helpful to understand it this way. Incentives are terrific closing tools. They really can be. They're just not very good opening tools. The purpose of an incentive is to help someone move forward on something that they already want. It's not to convince them to want it in the first place. But when you lead with price and terms and discounts, you're trying to create desire through savings. But incentives don't create desire. No, they're designed to remove obstacles for people who already have that desire. So remember this, there's no such thing as a good deal on the wrong home. You can give someone every incentive in the world, but if they don't love the home, it doesn't matter and they're going to regret it. And regret is worse than any discount was to the good. Your job is to help buyers fall in love with the right home first. And then if you need incentives to close the deal, that's when they actually work. All right, thanks for watching this week's 5-minute sales training. If this helped you, boy, hit that like button. Drop a comment below. What's the best way that you've redirected a buyer from talking about price to talking about value? And until next time, learn more to earn more.